Next up, Russ and I review Miss 45.
Ms.
45. Not Mrs., not Miss, Ms.
She wasn't married.
Welcome back to 4K Kings. My name is Matt.
And I am Russ.
And today we are back with a review of the cult classic Miss 45, the 1981 exploitation thriller about a mute woman who becomes a killer after she is sexually assaulted twice in one day on her way home from work. And this review is in honor of the recent 4K restoration completed by Arrow Video, which I've got right here.
I got one too.
So now is it Mrs.? And we will be diving into this release itself, but first, let's dive in to the film. 1981 film, directed by Abel Ferrara, which is his third film, following 9 Lives of a Wet Pussy and The Driller Killer. Starring Zoe Lund, or as she's billed here, Zoe Tamerlis, as the titular character Thana, which is derived from the Greek meaning for death, Thanatos. This movie was shot in 4 weeks in New York City on a $62,000 budget and often without official permits.
These aren't extras, man. In the front is your movie. Behind it, you're shooting a sociological study.
This is a movie that you have recommended to me over the course of the years we've been doing this channel. You've recommended it to the people at home countless times, and now this is the very first time that I'm watching it.
What'd you think?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Just top to bottom, how it was made, the production value of it, the acting, the story itself, just everything about this movie I feel like really works well. You can tell that this is definitely an independent, low-budget film, but done and made by people who are very, very talented.
We were all fucked up.
The thing I always loved about this film is it exists on so many levels. You can watch it as a straightforward exploitation film. If you want to put some political meaning into it, you can as well. The fact that she's mute, I think, is brilliant because you can attach whatever you want to her.
There's obviously no movie without her at all, and to think that she filmed this when she was 17 is crazy.
There's the role. We had the script. You don't have the player. You might as well throw the script out. You know, it's hard to imagine anybody else play that role.
She is outstanding in this.
Iconic. It's a funny thing because you can't throw around that term. When you see her in the nun costume at the end of the film, there's just something like, that's it. She's a presence. She has an energy. She's an enigma. And the fact that she's mute, it emphasizes her strengths as being this sort of otherworldly being.
Despite her being mute, she plays this role to perfection with body language, facial cues. There's such a range of emotion on display, and she conveys so much with so little, which is just incredible for being basically her first film. Making her mute was obviously a conscious choice. That adds to like the nature of her being a little bit helpless in the very beginning. But do you think it is making a point to say that predatory men, they're not really looking to talk to women, they're looking to talk at women with like zero boundary at all? Therefore, her not even speaking isn't even a thought in their mind. He does a good job showcasing a wide variety of different men that she interacts with and ultimately kills that go all the way to trying to assault her, all the way to just invade her space and don't even know or care if she's mute or not.
Well, I think that's a point to what I said earlier about how you can put on anything you want to. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but I think you could subconsciously pick up on that. And that's what makes this movie awesome and why it was despised when it came out. Everyone looked at it as just, grape revenge trash, when now we're looking at it like, damn, maybe she's a mute because this is the oppressive regime against her and all that. And that's what great art should do. You can view it that way, and I'm sure many women view it that way, as they should. But I think essentially this was just female taxi driver, and I think it is a cult grindhouse film first. You don't have to really think too much. You can just enjoy the sadistic grindhouse nature of it, or you can look into it this way, Her transformation throughout this movie is thrilling to watch, because she starts off where she's very meek and afraid. Once she kind of gets that first kill out of her system, which is basically like a gut instinct, it's not even really planned, all of a sudden now there's like a confidence in her walk. She's putting on this makeup. She's starting to look a certain way and feel a certain way that she's probably never felt before. And again, being completely mute, watching that transformation just shows what a great actress and portrayal that this was. As this movie progresses, she's just basically seeking out scenarios where she's going to be able to just kill men. That one scene, she basically turns into John Wick. Oh, I know, when she's like cornered like four, it's a circle that forms around her.
Yeah.
That shot, that's set up like a spaghetti western or something, dude. It's badass.
It is.
In New York at that time, it just gives you that cool feeling of like, man, I'm watching someone have fun with this violence. And I love that.
It's in that category of like, I spit on your grave. But when I watched that movie, I almost felt like I was watching something real happening.
What you are about to see did happen.
Where despite a lot of the same elements happening here, dude, I was having so much fun with this movie.
Stylized. I think a lot of times with films like this, they denounce them right off the bat due to the violent nature, due to the themes. They're not judging the art, they're judging the idea of violence. What is this an ultimate statement of in terms of feminism in America in the late 70s and early 80s?
The very final climactic Halloween scene, which I don't know that it gets enough praise for the look, the vibe, the feeling, the showdown. I mean, everyone remembers the showdown at Taxi Driver and Robert De Niro's Mohawk and all this shit. This should be on that level.
I agree completely.
So her aside, which again, she is this film. She's phenomenal. She's mesmerizing to watch. There's not too many other characters other than her. She's got a friend group and like a neighbor and stuff like that. Her one close friend I really liked a lot. The one who at the end has a pivotal moment with the knife. I've really liked her character. Like,
It's very New York.
Fuck off. You heard me. Get fucked.
These are real people, real women in terms of the personality types, in terms of, I know she's doing violent things, but actual feminine strength.
Same thing with New York, which, by the way, was a really wild place to be in the late 70s, early 80s. There's no set dressing. They didn't make New York look a certain way. That was literally New York that they were shooting in. You can tell in some of these other films that Abel Ferrara has done, he clearly is from New York. He loves New York. He wants to capture New York, and I think he does a great job doing that.
Like I was saying, you know, all these films you see from the 80s in New York, they're extras and it's shut off the streets and all that bullshit. You don't get anything out of those films. It's the low-budget films, but not just mine, a lot of them, where you're actually seeing the fucking world.
And this is the movie that put Ferrara on the map. Every movie you watch of his after this, you're going to feel like this. Bad Lieutenant kind of stands out a bit. All of his other films feel like this level of fun, this level of violence, this level of New York. It's epic while being grounded at the same time. And it rarely has a clear moral center. He don't have an interest in giving you those straightforward answers or judging morality. He puts it in his films, but he's not giving you answers. And I love that.
This story feels like it fits perfectly in the environment he's created. In this New York time frame, like this literally feels like it could have happened. Like I would read the story in the paper.
The script was very, very minimal actually. It was written in, as I recall, every scene had was more or less a paragraph on a page.
Two other quick shout outs for this film. At the very end, there's a band at the Halloween party. Dude, that song that's playing throughout pretty much the whole ending and even goes into the credits. That song was stuck in my head. It's a saxophone playing it, but the guy that's in there playing is playing a trumpet, so it's a little off. And one other shout out to one of the main characters who's literally billed second in the credits is the dog Phil. Dude, I love that. I don't want to give any spoilers because they play with you a little. And how it concludes is such a nice cherry on top of the movie. Like it leaves you with like a nice feeling, if that's a thing even to say. After
it's
the end
similar
of it.
to what you said with Bad Lieutenant at the end, where
yes.
it's like, I did not expect him to have like even a shred of a moral compass, and we got one.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't really have anything in general that I would complain about necessarily. I was trying to put myself in someone else's shoes that's going to watch this, and what would someone else think? If you are against any kind of sexual violence whatsoever, obviously this probably isn't the movie. Unless you like getting revenge on people that do that kind of thing, then this is the movie for you. If you're not into, you know, low budget filmmaking, which I would argue this doesn't even come across like low budget filmmaking.
Not at all.
And maybe it's because I'm watching this for the first time in 4K and it looks outstanding. Maybe if I play this on a VHS, someone would be like, oh, what's this scuzzy little thing? But it's hard for me to come up with something that says this movie failed me in this regard.
Dude, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't think there's a single flaw in it.
That's a classic.
Oh my God, great director.
Yeah, great director.
Even though the movie itself wasn't critically acclaimed or praised, Abel Ferrara's direction was, some people said that they were waiting for him to direct something else because they want to see what he's capable of.
And that's everything he was putting out. That's the reaction he was receiving. This is good, but not good enough. Ferrara always got this. He always got compared. They wouldn't just let the man do what he does.
You know what I mean?
And then after time went on, now everyone's going back and judging it on what the merits were, not what the expectations were of an audience.
The older the fucking movies, the more people show up. It's, you gotta wait, what, 30 years for these movies to get you know, get people coming.
He would go on to direct several films afterwards. Directly following this would be Fear City, China Girl, Cat Chaser, King of New York, and then Bad Lieutenant, which I absolutely loved. Most critics did praise Zoe Lund. She worked again with Abel Ferrara in Bad Lieutenant, helping write the script for that film, starring in it as well, which she was also a really great part of that movie.
During Harvey's nod, I was on my knees in front of him off camera and was shot MOS without sound. I told him what to do and how to.
So you were in effect co-directing that scene?
In a way.
Unfortunately, she passed away at a very young age in 1999 at 37 due to some prolonged use with cocaine, which apparently was her drug of choice after she got clean from heroin.
She's a really interesting person. A really interesting person. Rest in peace. She's almost more interesting than Ms. 45.
1983, this movie was released on VHS for the first time in its uncut form. But then in 2000, it came out on DVD with edits being made to it. Most of the rape scenes were trimmed, but then it was restored in HD on Blu-ray in 2014 by Draft House Films in its uncut glory. And now here we are with this release from Arrow in 4K. This is a collector's edition. It's coming in Arrow's traditional hard box variety with a slipcover over top of the hard box, which is pretty nice. You're getting reversible art with the original poster art inside. You're getting a booklet, and in the booklet there's actually never before seen photos of Zoe Lund, some writing from her husband. There's two mini featurettes that are just about her life, and you're getting this in a restoration from its original camera negative, Dolby Vision HDR, all that great stuff, approved by Abel Ferrara himself, 4K King. And I don't really have any frame of reference on the VHS or DVD or really anything else, so all I can say is what I saw with my own eyes watching a film from 1981 that was shot for $65,000. And it looks like it was shot yesterday.
While retaining its era. As long as you retain the era, it works.
This film looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks extremely cinematic. New York looks excellent. The colors look great. There is some grain in some situations, but I think that looks wonderful.
Arrow did an incredible job here. If they would have dropped the ball here, I would have been very, very upset.
Even the soundtrack, that saxophone score comes across beautifully. All that being said, the subject matter, again, might not be for everyone, and I'm fine saying that, but if you are willing to check this film out, if you are into movies like this, if you're into cult classics from the past, if you want to see films from New York and revenge flicks with really strong women dressed in nun costumes.
If you're a big Russ fan, this is one of his favorite movies, so you're going to have to check that out.
It's a Russ pick. As for me, someone who has heard of this movie only from your recommendations and other places, going into it basically cold, I was blown away by everything that I saw. The movie itself stands alone, but the fact that Arrow put it together the way that they did, it's a must buy. It's a must check out, at least. If you are a fan of this channel, this is not one to miss.
You know what I mean?
And if you like this review, we've got so many other reviews out there. We live stream every other week. Check out 4KKings.com and get yourself some physical media related merch, or support us and get some 4K Kings merch. It helps support this channel, which we very much so appreciate. Thank you again for watching this video. And
let's let Zoe Lund have the last word.
Zoe Lund, take us out.
When Ferrara met Zoe Lund, obviously she was everything I described: striking, iconic, you know, the whole deal. He saw it. But when she spoke, and most people don't know this, she sounds exactly like Daffy Duck. And so Ferrara and everyone involved in the production, they were like, how do we work? Stop making me laugh, dude. I'm just telling you behind the scenes facts.
What if she talked and she did have a terrible voice and a terrible accent?
She sounds like, yeah, she sounds like James Cagney. Yeah, Miss 45, see? Yeah, and Ferrara was like, I don't know if this is going to work. It kind of goes against the gritty feel I'm going for. So we're just going to make you mute. And she was like, that's good direction, see?